Spoke the truth through action flame. Now I rest beyond the name.
Crash! My blade! Purge all evil!
Well, here we are on another game, another addiction one might say. The intro was half right. The other half that got me into starting this game was a friend of mine actually started playing it 4 days before I did, and I was just watching him play it like religiously on Discord, as this is his first ever gacha game, so I kind of wanted to see the experience that he's going to go through like getting into the game. Let's just say that 5 to 6 days in, he is probably more addicted to the game than I am now, so yeah, there's that. Another life ruined, I guess you could say. But anyways, I do want to speak about the game, and quite a bit as well, because there is a lot that I want to talk about. Whilst going through the intro of the game, I saw a button that I never saw before, and I wanted to test out because who knew what I was going to do. When I clicked on it, it skipped the intro. I was shocked, to say the least. Now, I'm not going to do a playthrough of Wuthering Waves, but I did just want to add this beginning bit because the power of the skip button kind of got to me, and it got to be pretty hard. I skipped a lot of quests because I wanted to get until a certain point where they introduced one character. Before I get to this character, you might be asking yourself as well, in case you've never actually played Wuthering Waves before, who is the person with the animation at the start of the video? And who is this lost child that you see in your screen? They are the same character. This child transforms into this person. What is the name of this character, you asked? It's Carti. I've actually seen some memes of people calling her a cartwheel, but her actual name is Cartifia. My pronunciation might not be correct because obviously, well, I've only been playing this game for I think 4 or 5 days so far, so forgive me if it isn't correct, but Cartifia? Not entirely sure, but I'll get used to it at one point. To get a bit more into the questing side of things, at the very beginning of the game, and I'm assuming the first couple of patches after the game released, I was pretty indifferent in the gameplay about the quests, as there seemed to be like quite a few flaws, to be honest. This kind of ranged from like animation side of things, or even like how the quest lines were presented to us. I saw a comment online just randomly that perfectly described and encapsulated my experience with Wuwa so far. They said that in the beginning of the game of Wuwa, the game tells us over and over what to do, sort of like teaching a child what to do, pretty much. But then later on as the story progresses, they imply what needs to be done rather than literally telling us what to do, which is a much better way to do things in my opinion. A good example of this, at the beginning of the game, I noticed that Rover would just continually tell us exactly what to do on like a step-by-step basis. Like for example, I remember that there was like a quest where we needed to like sort like some sort of puzzle, and Rover would literally say something along the lines, we need to resolve this puzzle by doing this, this and that. Which, it kind of defeats the purpose of it. It's just telling us what to do because it's a puzzle, because we're meant to find entertainment from doing it ourselves. Right now in the story, I am up to the point in which I have just met Augusta, which, well, speaking of Augusta, she does have some similarities to a certain character that I know. A lot of similarities, I might add. But I am starting to get more and more invested into the story because the story is being delivered in a way that it's letting us, the viewer, depict ourselves what is happening and form our own opinions without like a general outline of it actually telling us whether it's good or bad, which I think is one of the biggest things about like storytelling, especially with a game like this. All in all, that was probably one of the biggest annoyances that I've had with the game so far. It's just that at the beginning of the game I can see that it would throw off a lot of people because there just isn't really anything too enticing and gripping and entertaining enough to want to continue to play the game and see more of the story. But that does completely change as the patches do go on. Like I said before, I skipped the majority of the quests until I reached Cathy's questline and we first got introduced to her. When we first went to this area, which is like Cathy's questline area, called the Avinoleum, which I'm probably pronouncing it wrong again. But oh my god, let me tell you, the ambience, the music, quite literally everything to do with this area, it is just genuinely beautiful. This is probably the point in which I can say that I genuinely started caring about the world and the world building of this game, rather than just the one character, Carti, which is what I cared about so far. I did also mention the music. The music in this game is 10 out of 10. Like, it's genuinely insane. I was not expecting it to be this good. Again, sort of a similar story compared to like the storyline of this game, but at the beginning of the game, the music was alright. Not bad, not good, just alright. But then in the Kartik questline, at least that for me is when I noticed it like completely become much better. It just steps to another level. Like I said before, I've only been playing the game for 4 days total. Literally yesterday, like pretty late at night, I also just completed the Frolova questline. I won't spoil at all what happens in it, so don't worry about that. But I just want to play this clip because after completing the questline, I was genuinely stunned about the music that was playing when we got out of the animation. I'm just going to play this clip. It's going to be pretty much a minute and a half long. But trust me, it is worth it. I'll just leave you just to experience what I experienced pretty much.
Laguna にも影響が出ているかもしれない。戻って確認しよう。
Come hold me near, come dance with me in a rosy haze of yesterday. Reverie, don't drift away, please. Keep me here in your warm embrace. I'll trade anything for you for one more day.
「旅を共にしてきたこれが私と世界のつながりを証明してくれる」
I'll perfume your dreams with scent of flowers and summer breeze. Does it matter if it's true? It feels a lot more real when we whistle through the fields. When I sing this song for you, my dear Reverie, come hold me near, come dance with me in a rosy haze of yesterday. Reverie, don't let me go. Saturday means I have to hit the road, and I don't wanna know with you without love.
よし
I might have lied quite a bit because the clip was 2 minutes and a half long, but at least for me, it was worth those 2 minutes and a half. I do just really quickly also want to talk about some of the quality of life stuff that is in this game, which I really do enjoy, and for me it adds to the whole experience of the game. Being able to glide around the map, getting teleporters and flying to destinations is just amazing. It's just an amazing mechanic. The skip button, as I said previously, amazing as well. Gives us the choice if we want to skip some quests, which we can tell which are not going to be too interesting, or we just don't have time for one reason or another. But we can also always just watch the cutscenes if we are interested. It gives us that option. Now, I do want to get back to Kati. As I said at the beginning of the video, I did mention that I saw a clip online just very randomly of her doing the burst animation, I guess you could call it, and it made me really want to try out this character. I literally knew nothing about the game, I literally knew nothing about the characters, I literally knew nothing about the current banners on the game or anything like that. I was watching my friend play on Discord, obviously. At the time that he started playing it, her banner was not out yet, but on the 4th day of him playing it, her banner came out. And as soon as I saw that her character banner was out, it kind of just sold me into downloading the game to try it out and try and get her. Upon learning a bit more about her character, I found out a couple of things just from like a combat perspective. A, her best teammate, which is pretty much mandatory to play with in endgame modes. She is, as you can imagine, another 5-star, so I can't get her for some time probably. Her weapon, her signature weapon, is apparently a 30 to 40% damage boost to her comparing to like the other weapons, which is one of the biggest damage boost jumps in terms of like any weapon in any game that I've played in. C, this is apparently her second rerun, and in Wuwa, I saw that there was a saying that characters do not get more than 2 reruns, and if they do eventually come back, they'll come back after an extremely long period of time. With all of this, what do you think this leads me into? Yes, as you can imagine, I have already spent money on this game. Is it worth it? For me it is. I have managed to get her, even though I did lose the 50-50 for her and went to pity both times. And I've also managed to get her weapon, which is very good. For the time being, right now I am saving up my wishes to try and get Lucy from the Cyberpunk collab before she leaves. But then if I have a chance to go back into her banner, to Carti's banner, and to continue grinding this game, I want to try and go for as many Carti constellations as possible. Or over here in Wuwa, they call it the sequences. But I want to try and see if I can get as many as possible. Like with Wuwa, one of the good things is if you wish enough on the banners, they give you like a special currency that if you save up enough, you can literally buy the sequences from the store. It does take a very long time, don't get me wrong, but it's still potential to do it like that as well. So who knows, if I get enough, I hopefully can get some sequences for her. I'm planning to make her my main for a very long period of time, so yeah. This is also where I will begin to wrap up the video. I believe I spoke about the main things that sticked out to me from playing this game without spoiling it for people that have not tried it yet. And I also showed you all exactly what got me into the game, and that same reason will most likely keep me playing this game for quite some time. For those of you who have not yet played this game, if you were to ask me should you download it and begin it, my answer for now would be a yes. I played through the beginning of the game, which wasn't the most interesting for me, but I have now got to the point where many different elements are making me want to learn more and continue playing as much as I can. I did take approximately 20 to 30 hours to get to this point, which I understand not everyone wants to dedicate that much just to get to the good part, let's say, of this game. But at the same time, I'm going to repeat a phrase that I said in the video I done before of why do we still play Genshin Impact? Fun is very subjective, so just because I didn't enjoy something at the beginning of this game, it doesn't mean that you won't. But now, at this point, I did just mention Genshin Impact in a Wuthering Waves video, so this is definitely the point where I'm going to end this video. As always, I do truly hope you enjoyed the video, and who knows, maybe I'll see you around in the near future as another catty main in the world of Wuthering Waves.